ये रेडियो पाकिस्तान पॉडकास्ट है।
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is News and Current Affairs channel of Radio Pakistan Islamabad. I am your host Dr. Munawar Hussain. Today we have a very special podcast because we have a very special guest regarding Kashmir, and his role is the international role, and he is involved in many activities and movements to promote the cause of Kashmir in international forums. He is Dr. Ghulam Nabi Fai, a well-known Kashmiri leader. He is Washington-based, and he is performing two very important responsibilities. One, he is the chairman World Forum for Peace and Justice, and he is Secretary General World Kashmir Awareness Forum. And he is on very special visit to Pakistan, and therefore Radio Pakistan got this opportunity to invite him in studio to know about the international politics and the Kashmir issue. And we know that at this moment we are observing transitional politics at international level, where different centers of powers are emerging, and America still is a dominant theme of international relations. And these different centers of powers include China and resurgent Russia. And beside these three important centers of powers, we are also observing the emergence of middle range power like Pakistan, Turkey, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Indonesia and Malaysia. All under these circumstances, how can we view the movement of Kashmir and its prospects of independence? So Dr. Saab, thank you very much for your time for Radio Pakistan. We are observing, Dr. Saab, emergence of different centers of powers, though America still is a dominant power in international politics, and rather it is a leading power. And I remember Richard Haas, he gave a wonderful theory, Realism Plus, in which he believed that different alliances must be led by United States of America to maintain peace and stability in the world. So please explain us regarding the role of United States of America, China and Russia regarding the Kashmir issue.
Dr. Saab, I am come from Indian occupied Kashmir. The people of Kashmir really, they would like to do what I am trying to do now. That is to thank the nation of Pakistan and the people of Pakistan. For what? For the generosity, for being the symbol of kindness, for being the symbol of sacrifice for the people of Kashmir for so many years, and the support they have provided. I'm not talking about only the governments, irrespective of their political affiliation, whatever party they belong, but I am talking about the nation of Pakistan, the way they have really supported the people of Pakistan at the global level. So for that, I really would like to convey my salams and the appreciation from the people of Kashmir. You mentioned a very important name, Richard Haas, who was just recently, he was the chairman of Council on Foreign Relations. But in mid-90s, he was also the director of policy and planning at the State Department. Just before that, 1 year before that, he was the chairman of U.S. Institute of Peace. While being the U.S. Institute of Peace, he wanted to have a Kashmir roundtable or Kashmir seminar. So the United States Institute of Peace, they consulted me to give them some names. So we got some of the prominent names from Kashmir, like Justice Faruqi, although he could not make it. And we had Ambassador Yusuf Bas, who was a Kashmiri, and he was given to Pakistan. There was a prisoner exchange by Qaid-e-Azam and Nehru. So he is a Kashmiri. His name was sent by the Qaid-e-Azam to send it to Pakistan. Then he became the minister of Zadeh Bhutto Sahab. Then he was a special advisor to the Secretary General of the United Nations. So he was invited there. Ved Bhasin, one of the prominent journalists of Kashmir, and the Kashmir Times ke wo editor the. So he had a Kashmir round table. What I am saying, since you mentioned Richard Haas, so there has been the interest of America at most crucial times in the history. And I would like to tell you one important dimension, the understanding of America towards Kashmir. They are really talking about Kashmir when they know that no one is watching. One is public statement, which is very important, but one is the statement when no one is watching. President Obama, he was not president. He was campaigning for the presidency. He went to a location in New York, which is known as Harlem. Harlem is almost 80 to 85% black Americans.
Yes.
Okay. So he went there, and Joe Klein, who is the reporter of Time magazine, so he came for interview. Joe Klein, he's talking to a person who is going to be the next president, so he has some global issue in his mind. But President Obama voluntarily told him, 3 weeks or 2 weeks before becoming the president, if I become the president, I am going to appoint President Clinton as the special envoy on Kashmir, because he has been very helpful during the Kargil crisis.
Exactly.
Dr. Saab, I know he did not appoint him, but the understanding that Kashmir is important, I am going to appoint him. Then he said, I am going to appoint Richard Holbrooke as a special envoy on India, Pakistan, Kashmir and Afghanistan. India did a lot of lobbying, they dropped India and Kashmir. But I am telling you, very interesting, because that happened here in Islamabad. I was here in the Serena Hotel in 2000, I think it was 2009 or 2010. तो मुझे नींद नहीं आ गई थी, and 5 o'clock in the morning I said, why not to go to gym? There was gym in the Serena Hotel. I went to the gym, there was a note, the gym will open at 6 o'clock. So I said, why not have a cup of tea in the restaurant? It is 5 o'clock in the morning. I saw a gentleman in the corner. I said, this is Richard Holbrooke. So, but he was on the phone, and I took some cup of tea or whatever. So I was waiting till he finished his telephone. So I said, Ambassador Excellency, I am Dr. Fai, I am from Kashmir. I am from Washington. He got very excited. Someone at 6 in the morning from Washington. How are you? What are you doing here? I said, I'm meeting the people about Kashmir. The minute I mentioned Kashmir, the whole thing changed. As if India was watching what we are talking about. We finished within 2 and 3 minutes. And in other words, he was not going to talk about Kashmir.
And it was where?
Serena Hotel.
Here in Islamabad?
In Islamabad. Serena Hotel, Islamabad. So he did not want to really mention about Kashmir, and no one was there. At 5 o'clock in the morning, no one was there. But why I am saying so, when he passed away, his wife is Patty Matson. She is very good friend of the wife of Nicholas Kristof, who is a Ukrainian American. He is the columnist of New York Times.
Exactly, yeah.
This story which I am telling you, it is in the New York Times. Nicholas Kristof is writing that Matty Patson invited us to dinner. There she said something very important. She said, my husband wanted to say something, but he did not feel comfortable. Because he was appointed by President Clinton to be the special envoy on Bosnia. And now Secretary of State is Hillary Clinton. So he thought, if I am going to say something, they will be angry. So Nicholas Kristof said, I said, what was he going to say? He said he was going to say publicly that we will fail in Afghanistan because we did not help Kashmir and we did not force India to resolve the issue of Kashmir so that Pakistan can give us the support. My point is, he did not say it when he was alive, but he said before dying that Kashmir was important. So that's why what I am saying to the nation of Pakistan, to the people of Kashmir. So Kashmir is being discussed and debated at a place where no one even can imagine. But that is only the understanding. That's why it is our responsibility, the responsibility of Kashmiri diaspora, the responsibility of Pakistani diaspora, the responsibility of people of Pakistan, the nation of Pakistan, that understanding of Obama, that understanding of President Clinton, that understanding of Marco Rubio, who is not only the foreign minister, he is the national security advisor. We have to make sure that that understanding is articulated into action. You understand what I am saying? Because that understanding is already there. And secondly, you mentioned about this multipolar world. We have no words to thank the Chinese government. When abrogation Article 370-35 took place, there was a design. Modi pagal nahi hai. Modi knows what he is doing. His objective was that from day onwards, from 2019, no one is going to talk about Kashmir. Even if there is going to be a talk, it will be only between India and Pakistan.
What was the reason why nobody will talk about Kashmir?
Because abrogation of Article 370-35A, after that, you see, even the Prime Minister of India, for that matter, according to the United Nations, no Pakistani can buy the land in Azad Kashmir till obviously this issue is resolved. So likewise, no Indian can buy the land in Kashmir. So his design was that now the Indians are going to come, They are going to occupy the land and everything will be dissolved. So no one is going to talk about. Just 3 days after that, Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General of the United Nations, who is practically the custodian of human rights, 3 days later, he said, no, Kashmir issue has to be resolved under UN Charter, under applicable United Nations Security Council resolution. The role of China. China called the P5 ambassadors. He said, no, we have to bring Kashmir back to the Security Council. Can you believe it, Dr. Sahab? Abrogation takes place on August 5th. Secretary General gives a statement on August 8th. And China brings the issue of Kashmir back to the Security Council on August 16th. वहाँ बात खत्म नहीं हुई. Then China brought the issue of Kashmir back to the Security Council 3 times. So can you believe it, how thankful we should be God Almighty? On one hand, there is a unipolar world and the challenge is China. Here is the President of America say that I am going to mediate because you are the bone of contention of the nuclear confrontation. Here is the China bringing the Kashmir issue back to the Security Council. Here is Russia, we wanted to meet with the Russian embassy. I said, how can Russian embassy give us an appointment? Here I am sending the email. Next day we are getting, next day, not next week. Next day we are getting the meeting at 9 o'clock while we were having the meeting. He watched his watch. Dr. Fai, I am sorry, we have to close. I said, Excellency, I am really sorry. We have. No. Listen, because I have to send the brief of this meeting to Moscow, to the United Nations office in New York, and our embassy in New Delhi. Dr. Sahab, Ghulam Nabi Fai, by the way, I was not alone. We had 3 people from Azad Kashmir. Let me also thank the people of Azad Kashmir. We were 7 people in the delegation. 3 were from Azad Kashmir. Sardar Sawar Khan Sahab, Sardar Taj Khan Sahab, Sardar Imtiaz Khan Sahab. Obviously, 4 of us were from Indian occupied Kashmir. So they have no time to waste. But they gave us an appointment. And secondly, I will tell you, our people here, when they are having the protest on the streets in Islamabad or for that, these protests are being taken serious note. At one time, may Allah bless the soul of Sardar Qayyum Khan Sahab, he was our guest in America. Mirwaz Umar Farooq, he came from Kashmir. We had the meeting with Under Secretary General of the United Nations. His name was Kiran Pendergast, number 2 of the Kofi Annan's government. He is from Britain. Raja Muzaffar is also, he is from JKLF. He happened to be in New York that time. Dr. Sahab, just one example I want to give the people of Pakistan. ये protest जो है ये ज़ाया नहीं हो जाते हैं. We had a protest in front of the United Nations that day. We were 80 people or 90 people, just not more than 100. Okay, we were protesting there and, you know, हम क्या चाहते हैं, what we want, whatever. Then we had a meeting with Kiran Pendergast. Dr. Sahab, the minute we went there, by the way, we were almost 9 people. They were almost 9-10 people. He is the number 2 of the United Nations. When we said, are you the same people who are protesting outside? Dr. Sahab, I couldn't believe it. I said, Excellency, how do you know? He said, what do you think? You are coming in the front gate of the United Nations, wanted to give us a message, and you think we are not going to take a note of that? So that's why I want to tell my brothers in Pakistan, in other parts of the world, these protests are taken very seriously. So my point is that Donald Trump has offered mediation more than 8 times. To my understanding, he might have offered more than that. China has brought the issue of Kashmir back to the Security Council. Russia gave an appointment to a person who is nobody. I know you people respect me. But in the international scene, I am nobody. Unless Russia feels that Kashmir has some international sanctity, why should he waste some time? And another important thing, because of short of time, but this is very important. We had a meeting with the Finnish embassy in Washington, the Washington of Finland. Very nice meeting, 45 minutes meeting. I always give the briefing paper whenever I have meeting, so that they have something in writing. That briefing, either it is in the name of Prime Minister or President. That briefing paper was in the name of President of Finland. We left. Next day we had a meeting with the British embassy, which is just nearby the Embassy of Finland. I got a call from Finnish embassy. Dr. Fai, where are you? I said, can you believe it? I am just passing by your embassy because I have a meeting with Britain. He said, can you get in? I will open the door. I got in. He said, you created a problem. I said, why? He said, I will tell you. You know what was the problem? She said, you gave me the briefing paper for the president. I sent it to the Helsinki. They sent it back. I said, why? He said, because the name you have mentioned is our prime minister. Dr. Saab, I was thinking by the time we are going to leave, she is going to put in the dustbin. And she has been called by the Helsinki. Tell Dr. Fai, tell the Kashmiri American delegation whether the briefing paper is for the president or for the prime minister. So our meetings, by the way, I told him what is the name, then I changed it, I gave it to her. My point is, anybody, whether you are in Brussels, you are in London, you are in Islamabad you can also meet the embassies. These meetings are going to be very seriously. So the three important capitals of the world. Russia is not that much, it doesn't have that much understanding. But why we are confident with that Russia? Because Russia and China is like this. If China is with you, Russia is with you.
Doctor, here question arises. We have a historical deep relationship with the United States of America. China happens to be our strategic partner since 1970s. And by the way, we started our deep relationship with China when China was not, frankly speaking, the power. And Pakistani PIA donated one plan to Mao Zedong, and it is still in Chinese museum. Now, question is, why Russians now started taking interest in Kashmir and understanding that this issue has to be resolved? Only because of this reason, as you mentioned, because Russia and China, they are now very close to each other, or they are disappointed from the double game of India?
No. When Vladimir Putin was the president, you know, he was the president, he was the prime minister, now he is the president. When he was the president first time, then, you know, another person became, I don't remember his name, he became the president. When he was the president first time, this is what exactly he said. Dr. Saab, you know, we cannot misquote any president, for that matter, the president of Russia. He said, India and, these are his words, India and Pakistan must resolve the issue of Kashmir for the sake of international peace and security. That is his understanding. Again, it is my responsibility as a Kashmiri diaspora. President Putin, I didn't tell you to say it. You said it, and you said it more than 15 years ago. So that threat is there. You said for the sake of international peace and security. And Donald Trump is saying they were at the brink of nuclear catastrophe. And you said the bone of contention is Kashmir. Donald Trump said underlying cause is Kashmir. So help us. Our people cannot go there. So Kashmiri diaspora has this responsibility. My only point is, let me also make clear so that our people in Pakistan, they will not misunderstand. Vladimir Putin did not do anything on Kashmir. But I am simply saying, to have this understanding, Kashmir issue has to be, these are the words, has to be resolved for the sake of international peace and security. Donald Trump, maybe he will do, inshallah, let us hope. Kashmir issue has to be resolved because it's the bone of contention between India and Pakistan. And China said, you abrogated Article 370-35A. I am going to teach you a lesson. What is that? I am going to bring Kashmir back to the Security Council. How lucky we are. So we have to make sure this beautiful understanding, this positive understanding of the world leaders, we have to articulate that into action.
Dr. Saab, the question is, because I was asking you about Russian role, because recently, rather 1 year back, Russia offered Pakistan to be a part of their joint military security alliance, which Russia is going to have chairmanship into 2026, in which 6 countries are included, China, Belarus, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and the purpose is to contain the extremism in Afghanistan, because they have a fear because Daesh can destabilize the region. They are not offering such facility to India. And by the way, one high delegation paid visit to Pakistan, and they conveyed message that we want to have independent relationship with Pakistan because we know that India is playing the double game. So therefore, I was asking that this can be one of the very important variable in your viewpoint, due to which Russians, they have understanding that Kashmir must be resolved in South Asia in order to maintain peace and stability. Otherwise, their north-south corridor cannot be linked with east-west corridor, which is initiated by China.
You know, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shahbaz Sharif, when he met with the President Putin, you can see the chemistry. You know, you don't just laugh, but there are the psychiatrists. You know, sometimes they bring the psychiatrist. When he's laughing, does he mean that? You see that body language between the President of Russia. You see what I'm saying? So, whether Russia is not that close to India or not, but there's a closeness between Russia and Pakistan. And Ukraine has become the reason for that. And again, the principal stand which Pakistan took about Pahalgam, that's again the principal stand which Pakistan took about the Ukraine. Okay, they did not want America to be angry, but they also gave the impression to Russia that we are with you. It is such a delicate line, you know. Like today, Pakistan is very close to America, but at the same time, you can understand that, you know that they don't want China to feel that they are being ignored. So that delicate line, that balanced line, you can call it delicate and balanced both together, Pakistan has taken about Russia. So no country can go against their national interest. No country can go against. But they feel that their national interest right now is to be as close to Pakistan, because Pakistan can play very important role. They may have some other objectives, we don't know, for Russia, but they think that Pakistan is more helpful in achieving those objectives. As you mentioned, Afghanistan is one of them, then India. So, but the only thing I would like to tell you, that three powers of the world, they have a good understanding about Pakistan. To have a good understanding about Pakistan is naturally the good understanding about the Kashmir.
Yes.
So that's why, honest to God, Dr. Saab, on the streets of Washington, I'm not alone. We honestly feel that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask us that you were there, our people in Kashmir, they cannot speak. Muhammad Yasin Malik, he is facing the situation of life and death.
Exactly.
Shabir Ahmad Shah, he is in the jail for the last 36 years. Masrat Alam, he has been imposed 35 Public Safety Act. They cannot speak.
Asia Andrabi.
Asia Andrabi and her husband got the life. They cannot speak. So shouldn't I be talking and crying and knocking the door of every single person? We are trying to do it for our people in Pakistan. We mean our brothers from Valley. And again, I told you, the brothers from Asad Kashmir in New York, we met with 59 missions of the United Nations. 59 missions of the United Nations. Kiran Pendergast, he was there for 8 years. We met him 3 times. So my point is that we are doing whatever we are doing. But honest to God, we really feel we have to do much more than that, because Yasin Malik cannot speak. Shabir Ahmad Shah cannot speak. As mentioned, Asia Andrabi, she is not alone. Her husband is also there. Masrat Alam cannot speak. So that's why, whether we are in Islamabad, we are in Washington, D.C., we want to meet everybody. In Pakistan, honest to God, it is not this party or that party we want to meet. We want to meet the nation of Pakistan. Because I cannot give you more details about the Pakistani diaspora. It's not only the Muslims of Pakistan in Washington. Wallahi, a Christian lady, she told me in a public gathering, we had a protest there. She said, Faisal, mera bhi naam lijiye. I am from Pakistan, but I am a Christian. I am your supporter. We have a brother, he is the leader of faith community there. He's here in Islamabad today. So he's a Christian, one of the leaders of Christian Pakistani community there, one of the best supporters of Kashmir cause. So that's why what I am telling you, that this is our responsibility to come to America, to come to Pakistan and thank the people of Pakistan and tell them that have a united front, so that the world powers are going to understand it is not this party or that party of Pakistan. It is their national consensus. They have national consensus on 2 issues. One is nuclear, one is Kashmir. They cannot make any compromise on either one, and they have not done in the history.
Dr. Saab, before coming to the role of Pakistan and Field Marshal Syed Asim Munir and the role of May crisis between India and Pakistan, I would like to know, in fact, in order to give awareness to our dear audiences, that what is the role of the middle range powers like Turkey, Iran, Saudi Arab, even UAE, Malaysia, Indonesia, as far as Kashmir is concerned?
OIC, it is not OIC, it is OIC, Organization of Islamic Cooperation. In December of 1994, they established Kashmir Contact Group, 6 members. You mentioned Turkey, the member of OIC contact group. You mentioned Saudi Arabia, member of Kashmir contact group. Niger, member of contact group. Azerbaijan, Secretary General of the United Nations. Pakistan, and all parties Hurriyat Conference. Turkey is very important. I was in Turkey, I just spent 10 days there. Then I went to Washington, then I came here. I was in Washington only for 3 days. I was there just to thank them. I met with the AK party leadership, I met with the Asad party leadership, I met with other party leadership. You know why? When the whole world was consumed in New York during General Assembly, when 143 countries endorsed the statehood of Palestine, there was one person other than Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif, one person. He took the podium in the General Assembly. He said Kashmir issue has to be resolved under UN Charter. That was the president of Turkey, President Erdogan.
Exactly.
So they have been always supporting the Kashmir.
Unconditional support.
Unconditional support.
Yes.
So OIC in the same Islamic summit in Casablanca in December of 1994, 21 pages are on Kashmir. The 21 pages of resolution on Kashmir. And they established all parties Hurriyat Conference. These are the words, true representatives of the people of Kashmir. This Kashmir contact group meets 3 times a year. Once in Geneva, once in New York. I was representing Kashmir in New York because as you know that our leadership cannot come from Kashmir during the General Assembly. And one is the Foreign Affairs Committee whenever foreign ministers are meeting. So we meet there. So OIC has always played a very important role. But you mentioned although you mentioned in the secondary way, Field Marshal Asim Munir is a legend. The objective of Pahalgam was bipolar. To convey the message to the world, Kashmir freedom struggle is a terrorist movement and Pakistan is a terrorist country. Did they achieve this objective? Rahul Gandhi, the leader of opposition, telling the Prime Minister of India, right in front of in the parliament, you say that Pakistan has been involved in this, but not a single country condemned Pakistan. His words. You said Field Marshal Asim Munir is involved. I saw him having the lunch with President Trump. You said that China is our big challenge. Do you know, Mr. Prime Minister, when you were fighting in Pakistan, you were fighting Pakistan and China together. You gave us a false impression. Rahul Gandhi telling the Prime Minister. You gave us false impression. After abrogation of Article 370-35, Kashmir is closed. Because your failed foreign policy, his words, not mine. Because of your failed foreign policy, you made Kashmir an international issue. My dear brother, Dr. Saab, Sharmi Sheikh, the who's who is there, the president of France, the Prime Minister of England, the Prime Minister of Canada, the Prime Minister of Italy, Prime Minister, out of nowhere, my friend Field Marshal Asim Munir. You should not make it a joke. The president of the unipolar world talking to the highest leadership of the world and signing the contract agreement, which is the historical agreement in the Middle East, going to be signed by President Erdogan and President of Egypt, and saying out of nowhere, my friend. So there is that understanding. I don't know what is that understanding between the President of America and the Field Marshal. It's a good news for Pakistan. It's a good news for India, Kashmir. You know why? Because if we want to convey something, President Trump, we cannot do that. We have a way. Why I am saying so? Because of short of time. When President Trump was the president in the first term, I got a call from a person from the Republican Party to have a lunch. We had a lunch. I told him, you know, President Trump, can you tell us how can we have a tangible progress on Kashmir? You know what he told me? He said, I like Imran Khan, but tell Bajwa to talk to Pentagon. I am talking when he was the first time. Tell Bajwa, because Bajwa, what was Bajwa? Chief of the Army Staff. Tell Bajwa to talk to Pentagon. Today I don't have to tell Field Marshal to talk to Pentagon. He can talk to the master of the Pentagon. He can, the chief of the Pentagon, which is President Donald Trump. So that's why right now we are the most fortunate people. But provided we are really going to take a calculated efforts and make sure that we don't make mistakes as a Kashmiri global diaspora, and make sure that the understanding of President Trump, Field Marshal can tell Marco Rubio easily. You said that now he said on May 10, 2025, May 10, Marco Rubio, Secretary of State and the National Security Advisor, he said that now time has come. The National Security Advisors of India and Pakistan must meet at a neutral place to resolve the issue. Field Marshal can tell him now it is after 8 months. We are ready. Because Pakistani National Security Advisor had, can you tell India to do that? Then Field Marshal can also tell him the time has come. Maybe I met a very important journalist here. He said they had a meeting with the Field Marshal. Someone asked him that, sir, what will be your position about Kashmir? Field Marshal. He just told me yesterday. He said, I was there. What a beautiful answer he gave. I told him, what did he say? He said, whatever the people of Kashmir want. You see what I am saying? So Field Marshal can tell him, when the National Security Advisors of India and Pakistan are going to meet, invite the people of Kashmir also. Then President Trump will say, who? Say, they are in the jail. Then he will say, oh, they are in the jail, how can we help? He can tell him, wasn't Nelson Mandela in the jail?
Exactly.
He was leading from the jail. So Yasin Malik, Shabir Ahmad Shah, Masrat Alam, to be in the jail for a leader is plus. So who can make them to be released? It's only the President Trump. Who can tell President Trump? Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shahbaz Sharif. Shahbaz, can you come and say a few words in Sharm Sharif? Didn't he say that? He didn't tell anyone else. So there is some chemistry. There is some some kind of understanding between the Prime Minister of Pakistan and the Field Marshal and the most important person in the world, Donald Trump. So that's why I'm here, that time is ripe. Not only America, the whole, can you believe the whole world is listening to Pakistan right now? Because Pakistan has proven we are a small country in terms of India, but we have a power.
Dr. Saab, what Pakistan can do, what options are available, while India is at the very lowest ebb as far as its diplomacy is concerned, its narrative is not received well by the centers of power. And as you mentioned that all capitals of powers, they have a good understanding regarding Kashmir and they are willing to resolve the issue of Kashmir to bring stability and peace in the region and beyond the region at global stage. So what Pakistan should do and can do?
Pakistan had to do nothing. You know, in America, it is legal. If you want a congressman to make a statement, you give $10,000, $15,000, he will make a statement. Just a statement. Maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, or write a letter, okay? You have to pay tens of thousands of dollars. What Donald Trump did, even if we have made a contribution of millions of dollars, you would not have gotten that statement what Donald Trump did, okay? So he has already made that statement. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to convince Donald Trump to mediate. He has already offered that mediation. Can you believe it? Only last month when there was the Diwali, I was watching your television here. So Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shahbaz Sharif Sahab, he invited the Indian here. He was celebrating that Diwali. You know, Diwali is with that candles. There was a Diwali in the White House. The who's who of India was there in America. The people who were behind the Donald Trump, they were worth $1 trillion. Indian Americans of Indian origin. The Indian ambassador was there and he was signing the book and he stopped. President Trump stopped. What did he say? He said, I talked to my friend Modi and I told him, don't fight with Pakistan.
Oh.
Can you believe it? He is in the Indian Americans gathering, although in the White House, but the gathering, there is no Muslim there. Although there are Indian Muslims also there. But anyway, they are all these Indian Americans, don't fight with Pakistan. Out of nowhere. So that's why what I am saying. So you are saying what we can do? We don't have to do anything. You said bone of contention is Kashmir. It has been the bone of contention. It is the bone of contention. It will remain the bone of contention. And the nuclear threat is there. As you said, they want to reduce the tension. Now the question is, reduction of the tension is not an option. Is not the final solution. Final solution of Kashmir is give the people of Kashmir right to decide. For that I will tell you, Sayyid Ali Gilani, may Allah bless his soul. He said, I accession of Pakistan is not my political slogan. It's the article of faith. But have a referendum in Kashmir. Sayyid Ali Gilani, have a referendum in Kashmir. If they will opt for India, I have no problem.
हम हैं पाकिस्तानी, पाकिस्तान हमारा है.
ये उसका सियासी स्लोगन नहीं था.
Yes, I understand.
No, I know. This was his article of faith.
Exactly.
Can you believe it? The nation of Pakistan, can you say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the soul of Sayyid Ali Gilani when he was meeting the Almighty? 1 hour before he passed away. It's a 20-second video, just 20-second video. 1 hour before he met Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nation of Pakistan, please listen carefully. You can watch it on the video. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, पाक सरजमीन. 3 दफा उसने कहा.
Yes.
La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, पाक सरजमीन. 3 दफा. Yes. He has absolutely no idea what he is talking about. Why? It was not his political slogan. It was his article of faith. So coming back to your question, time is ripe, but we have to make sure that we have a strategy and we have the manpower. So the Pakistani government can send a delegation of highly intellectuals, ladies, diplomats, whatever, silently to Washington DC. Let them camp there for a week or 2. Meet with President Trump, meet with Marco Rubio, meet with congressmen without fanfare. They don't have to make any press release. Can we have some tangible progress on that? Otherwise, the nuclear threat is there.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saab, for your precious time, because you have given time to the Radio Pakistan from your very busy schedule and educated us, our audience and international community. Thank you very much once again. Audience, you have listened Dr. Fai. I mean, he has shared very insight what he understands regarding the situation in Kashmir and the situation in international politics regarding Kashmir. I think time is ripe, as he mentioned. Time is ripe. So only we need a joint, effective, comprehensive strategy to get the right of self-determination for the Kashmiri people. We will wait for your comments. Thank you very much once again for watching this program. Allah Hafiz.
ये रेडियो पाकिस्तान पॉडकास्ट है.